It took a while to pop up. Hey there, can you guys hear me? I am just getting my chat up. Give me just a moment. Oops. There. Oh, got some color going on here. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? Oops. What happened there? Oh, there we go. Sorry, a little technical difficulties this morning. Hi, Siren. Sorry, it took me a few minutes to get this thing going. I am still really learning. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Raise your hand or say hello if you can hear me. Raise your hand. Okay, I guess so. Hey, Scratch and Go. Thanks for coming in. All right. Yeah, Thomas. Got some numbers going up. I'm really excited about that. I actually saw over 1,000, but then they took a bunch from me. I'm sure they're reviewing. Lady Kid Nichols, how are you? Yep, this is the hat that Silver Keys made me. Now I do have something else under because it is really quite warm here, and I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it on. See the flower on it? Isn't it cute? Silver Keys is super talented when it comes to pretty much everything, but she's really, really good with crocheting. And my color is not doing really well, so you're going to see blotches on me. So today I'm going to talk about this third round of chemo, but I'll wait a little while to get more people in. And I'm also going to create a bot today. The hat matches the background. Well, it kind of does, doesn't it? Trident Stacking, thank you for coming in. Silver Keys, thank you for making it. I know you have a busy day today. Yeah, Scratch and Go says, gamble all. My son's going to help me with the bot today. So I'm probably going to come up for a little while tonight just to test it out and mess around for a while. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on there. I think I'll put a hangman. Just not sure where I'll put it on my screen. So how is everybody this Saturday? I didn't know if this is a good time. I didn't want to go too early. I was actually thinking 9 o'clock, but that's pretty early. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about what happened this third chemo session. So this is 3 of 4. I have 1 more to go. It started out the same. Basically, last Thursday, I went in and did my 3-hour chemo infusion and came home. And, you know, things were just normal. Day 2, went back, got my Neulasta shot to build those white blood cells, and same thing, normal. Nothing out of the ordinary there at all. Next day is when the pain starts, and I know I've talked about that on previous ones. This time was a little different. It was, I don't think I completely recovered from the second infusion to the third, like I did from the first to the second. So I think I went into this a little bit, less, I don't know what you'd call it, healthy, just not feeling as well. So things were pretty much on time and on point of having my issues. The chemo kills your cells and you start feeling bad, and all those things came almost to the T at the same time. The pain from the shots and feeling ill and not being able to eat a lot, or just getting stomach cramps. Just a whole bunch of different stuff going on. But it was stronger. It was, I was more tired than I had been. A lot more shakier than the time before. And the pain was stronger. So, I would take a pain pill. This time I had to take 2 on a couple occasions. And, boy, it lasted longer. The very first time, I was back to work a week later. The second time, I was back to work a week and a day. This time, it's been a week, 2 days, and I'll go back on Monday. So it's definitely staying in my system longer and creating more havoc. Thank goodness there's only one left. I am drinking water. I don't know if I've been drinking enough today and yesterday, but I've been drinking a lot of water. Probably more water in the last 2 months than I have in the last year, which is good. But the side effects are still pretty bad, and worse this time. And I'm noticing even more things. The skin getting drier and more wrinkled and cracked, and my nails are not just turning purple, they're kind of bending over now. So I had to file them down really low, and the numbness in my fingers are a little bit further down. Hopefully that comes back. What I want to do is get a little board on my, like maybe up in here, where I can list things next time. I wanted to do that today, but didn't get down here early enough to do that. So today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still a little shaky and still tired, but all of the bad symptoms are gone. Another thing I had is my whole tongue was white, like it would turn white and swell up in the inside of my mouth, and they gave me something to swish around and so forth each time. When that was at its whitest is when I felt the worst. So I'm pretty sure this time it took me longer to build those white cells back up. They didn't do a test, as many tests this time as last time, which I think they should, but I also think they're short-staffed, or maybe that's just they think I'm doing okay. When I go in for my visit, they say that you're right on point of where you should be. It just doesn't always feel like that. Let me go back to the chat here for a minute. Smells House Hobbies, thank you for coming in. So I have to say the third time is definitely the worst for me. I'm a little bit anxious about number 4, but that will be the last one. So maybe I'll feel better. I am going to try a couple things that were suggested to me on maybe trying some ginger before, the ones that are, calm your stomach, the ginger chews. So I'm going to try that and see if that helps. And I don't know, just maybe more rest. I mean, I know I have work this next week, a full week, and then 3 days before. I think I'm going to try to cut those down by an hour each day and see if that helps. I do know that last time right before, I had a lot going on at work, board meetings, all kinds of stuff I had to prep for. So I did kind of cram a lot in. So maybe that made a difference. And believe it or not, just talking makes me out of breath. I wouldn't have been able to do a stream, even though I wanted to do one every day, just because just a full minute of talking just would wear me out. Siren says you're doing great. Thank you. So let's see, who else do we have in here? How many do you show?
Give me a second.
So I'm hoping, now has everybody said hello? I don't think everybody said hello. Not everybody who comes into channels will chat. Silver Key says, don't overdo. Nice to see your smiling face. Yeah, tell you one thing. Oh, I just got a subscription. Thank you very much. I tell you one thing with my skin on my face. Oh my gosh. I had to actually put foundation on today because I've got, one of the things chemo does is give you little pimples and stuff. And I didn't say hi to you, Scratch. I did too. You're just mad because I don't have coins to give you yet. I don't know if I'm going to do coins or ribbons. I think I'm going to do ribbons. Until this is all over, and then I'll have to switch it. Hello, Scratch and Go Crazy. So what is everybody doing today? And first of all, do you have any questions on chemo or on what to expect? I don't know if there's anybody in here in the background that may be facing something like this. Because there's definitely pros and cons, you know, to having chemo. Obviously, you want to. There's a lot of, you know, issues that side effects and so forth. But I know a lot of people are kind of afraid, and there's some people who just won't do it because, you know, they're afraid it's going to hurt them more than it helps. But I think it's completely worth it, even with all the side effects. I mean, I would not do it. Hey, Mikey, thanks for coming in. He's getting his phone screen fixed today. What did you do, break it? Yeah, so each treatment is the same time apart. It's a 3-week treatment is what I'm on, and they do a double chemo drug for me. I'm on the Taxotere and then the Cytoxin, and they do one right after another. So it's 3 weeks apart, so my next one will be November 4th. Can everybody read the chat on the screen?
Maximize it, you'll be able to see.
Yeah. Well, I can see it. So the other thing that's one of the side effects of chemo is my vision is just completely out of whack. I can't see close. I can't see far. And then right in between, it's all blur. It's all a blur. Barbara says, I slept during chemo. You know, I just can't. When I get to the last one, I do get sleepy, but I haven't fallen asleep yet. Yeah, I did that one. Let's see. Mikey says, dropped it on the rock. Oh, I gotta read it from here. Rocks. Dropped it on the rocks in the road. Barbara, how long did you have chemo? And how often? And did you have that weird tongue thing where your tongue got swollen and white? at any point in your chemo. Last time it happened to me on day 4, and the one before that was day 4 or 5. This time it lasted like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5. Lady Kid Nichols says, can you tell me how they decided to do the chemo after the cancer was removed? There was a couple things. One, while they pretty much thought the margins were clear.
What's a margin?
Well, when they do a lumpectomy, they take the lump out, and then they take margin areas around it, and they were pretty sure that the margin areas were clear. But when you do biopsies and they put the needle in to test your lump and so forth, they are afraid that they pull cancer cells out, and it's called seeding. And there's a lot of controversy on whether that happens or whether it doesn't, but it can get into your blood vessels, not just your lymph nodes. And while they took the lumpectomy and that looked good, and they went to the sentinel lymph nodes, which is the first 2 lymph nodes, and they took those out, and they were all clear, but they couldn't be sure that it didn't get in the bloodstream. So that was one reason. The second reason is when they did, it's genomic, not genetic. When they did genomic testing on the actual tumor, which is pretty much testing on whether or not the characteristics. Is it fast growing? Is it, there's just a bunch of different things. I probably should have a list. And when they did that, they saw, well, first of all, when they took it out, it was already 4.4 millimeters bigger, or no, 4 millimeters. It was bigger than it was when they took pictures of it. And they found it was aggressive and fast growing. So that's when they decided that, yes, we're going to do chemo, not just radiation. And I think when I heard that, I was just blown away, because, you know, you see all these horrible things about chemo, you know, people going through it. And I didn't have anything to really base it on. I knew a few people who had gone through it, but different scenarios. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this channel, was to help others. I hope that answered your question. Let's see. Hey, Big Mike, how are you? Thanks for coming in.
Big
Wolf?
Mike?
Wolf Rivera, welcome. Jonathan, thank you for coming in. Scratch and Go, what did you do? Oh, he told Siren he was an angel. Old Town Homestead, thank you for coming in. Oh, Siren, I love you too. Thank you so much. And thank you for everything you're doing also. Your link is wrong on your channel. Your channel or mine?
Fine.
Oh. You're sending them somewhere else. Silver Wishes, thank you for coming in. I didn't make it too early today. Yeah, on Big Flip's channel. Oh, Scratch and Go being mean to you, Siren. So, yeah, I didn't see Barbara's answer here. She said, I slept during chemo. Barbara, I didn't know if maybe you heard me or maybe you stepped away, but how long did you have chemo, and how far apart was yours? And is there anybody else in here that is dealing with cancer in your household or yourselves? So this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm hoping all the ladies here, and really, you know, I know men are supposed to check too, because it is not just female. Men can get breast cancer too, and I'm going to do a whole segment on that. But is everybody here to have their mammogram done? Barbara says once a week for 4 weeks. So see, they, you know, they have so many different kinds of chemotherapy drugs. They have so many different types of when they do it. Like once a week for 4 weeks is what Barbara did. I did, you know, once every 3 weeks. Now, I don't know, you know, medications are the same, if the dosages are different, if they attack it different. I definitely want to learn more about that. Lady Kid Nichols says, the surgery my mom had was not what they planned. They couldn't reconstruct her jaw because her blood kept clotting. She is eating liquids through a tube and struggling with it. Oh no, let's see. So what were they, oh, she says she's going to have to do radiation. Do you have any experience with that, or is that a possibility for you? Okay, that is a possibility for me, and as a matter of fact, it's happening next month. So about 3-4 weeks after my last chemo, I will be going in for radiation. And I think it's actually, I go in for an appointment, and then the radiation will start. And I'm going to be doing radiation every day for 4 weeks. And once I start, I think they have to wait 4 weeks after chemo. But once I start, it's every day, Monday through Friday. I'll probably be there an hour and 20 days straight. Are they going to do the radiation beam? I think there's radiation that they can either inject. There's radiation that they can do in a beam form. That's what they'll be doing with me. Did they get any of it out, Lady Kid Nichols? And do they plan to try again after radiation? We're going to be praying for your mom, Lady Kid Nichols. She's going to need lots of prayers. Scratch and Go says he's back. Neighbor's trying to be friendly, but the eye roll. Alexander Smith says, do they need to do chemo and radiation in order for the cancer not to spread? They use that for it not to spread. They use chemo and radiation to kill the cancer cells. In my case, they're doing the chemo to kill any cancer cells that may be left behind or may have traveled to distant areas. The radiation is to make sure that the area that they removed it from has absolutely no cancer cells in it. Yeah, 20 days straight, Lady Kid Nichols, Monday through Friday. So I'll have the weekend off. Apparently it's going to be like having a sunburn. I'm definitely not looking forward to that part of it. Inherited Stitches, thank you for coming in. Lady Kid Nichols says the cancer is gone. Okay, so they got all of the cancer out. That's good. It's just the jaw. If that's what you're saying. No, Alexander Big Flip is here. He's over there. That way. It's opposite on mine. I think I'm backwards. Barbara said, my late husband had chemo 3 times a week for 6 weeks. Then his radiation lasted a few weeks every day. Yeah, that's a lot. That's you know, sometimes they have to give you less more often. Maybe some is long acting. I'm definitely going to learn more about that for sure. Is he hiding? He's not hiding. I don't know what he's doing. He's looking at his channel content. Jimmy Lucari, thank you for coming in. Opa Shark, thank you for coming in. No, Silver Wishes, that's not a dumb question. Yeah, I am feeling better today. And as a matter of fact, you know, there were a couple days over the last few that I woke up feeling great. And then, I don't know, an hour went by and wasn't feeling so good anymore. Silver Keys says, hello, Big Flip over there. Wherever you are, she says. Are you even watching my channel?
I'm trying to throw a link, and I can't do it.
You can't throw my link?
I've been working for your channel.
I know you are. He is so helpful. I know nothing about this technology. I'm learning. I wrote some stuff down today that my son told me, so he didn't have to tell me for like the 10th time. And of course, Big Flip has a ton of knowledge with this, and I have very little. A little bit more than I had about 4 weeks ago, but still very little. He is hiding. Maybe it's the dog that is snoring. Maybe. Is that what you're hearing? Some breathing or snoring? We have 5 dogs here, Alexander. They're Jack Russells and Hunt Terriers, and most of you have seen them all. Scratch and go, she's going to get you. Silver Keys, thank you. She's putting up the Flipside Beating Cancer Treatment fundraiser. It's going to be on Silver Keys channel. 3 p.m. is the pre-auction. You'll be able to look at things and however she's setting that up. And then 4 p.m. Mountain Time, the auction starts October 30th. I will definitely be in the chat and watching. She has told me she's not going to let me help, but I'll be there in case she needs support. This is an amazing, and it's gotten so big. It's I don't know how many lots were there.
Over 130 now.
Wow, over 130 lots. So everybody make sure you mark your calendars
For
the October 30th. I just
at what time?
threw that out. I did.
Starts at 3.
Yeah, I just
And
settled it.
well, okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's why I'm shutting up.
It's okay. He's much better at this than I am. So yeah, it is going to be a wild auction. Silver Wishes. Barbara says, be right back. Going to take a shower. Scratch and Go says, I'm an angel. I swear. Yeah, but you have to be nice to Siren. Oh, Silver Key says, I think 114 lots so far. That is a lot of lots. I am so amazed and blessed and just in awe with what this community has done, given, put together. It tears me up, and my eyes already water all the time. So I never know if I'm crying for one reason or another, but I'm always crying. Another thing this time on the side effects was a little bit more of an emotional issue. One thing or another, not, you know, that one's hard to explain. I think the emotional part of having cancer, going through it, dealing with chemo, trying to deal with everyday functions that just is hard, I think that was kind of tough. It was a little tougher than the other two. And not that I don't have support. I have great support. I mean, here at home, with my husband and my son and, my sister and family and friends and all you guys, which are family and friends. And but you still go through an emotional part of it. And I wasn't really thinking that was an issue the first couple times. The third time, it was. And it's not like there's anything out of the ordinary or, anything like that. It's just the emotional part of it hit this time. Ida Herring, thank you for coming in. Once I get my bot up, I'll be able to let you guys throw your links out. Papa Frank Guido, there you are. How you doing? And that other guy.
Papa.
I have a shout out video that I'm going to post for you this afternoon for what you sent in. I really appreciate that. I wanted to do its own little video. I am feeling good today. I'm still tired, still a little shaky, but definitely better than the 8-9 days before. I just think that that's a long time to recover from an infusion, but they don't think it's a long time. I don't understand how people can do it once or twice a week. And I don't know, maybe it's a lower dosage, but I don't know how to recover from that. Ida says, just make sure you eat. Yes, I'm eating. They're making sure, they being Big Flip and Sidekick, my son and my husband, they are making sure I eat. He makes me food all the time. My mom had to do it 4 days a week, Ida said. Oh, I don't, bless her heart. How did she handle that? Rhonda Tolliver, thank you for coming in. My body definitely doesn't like the chemo. I'm real prone to infections. Not well. Yeah, that's, boy, 4 days a week. Whew. Gear, nice to see you. How's your match going today? It sure is nice to see everybody here. And I was telling everybody, I was just amazed at what everybody, has done for me. All the prayers and well wishes and the auction and the donations and just the love I feel is just overwhelming. It's amazing. It's overwhelming in a good way, not a bad way. And I appreciate everything you are doing, for sure, too, Ida. Coin Caption, thank you for coming in. This is not a bat show. See, he's trying to get back at me. Because you are part of the best, and we love you. Thank you, Ida, and we love you, too. And like I said, someone's going to get it. And I'm crazy. How are you? Yeah, see? He's being funny. 5-3 to the girls. That's good. So was it girls against the boys? Or the girls on your granddaughter's team? The Lucky James Eller, thank you for coming in. 710, thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, it's awesome. Everything I feel from you guys is amazing. And I'm looking forward to getting the cards and reading those on my last, I think what I'm going to do is bring them to my last infusion if I get them by then. And I think if I can get there early enough, I can read some of them. I'll probably do little videos. It won't be a live. I can't stream there, but I can do little videos, and I'll probably do them with my phone and then put a video together of my last chemo treatment like I did with my second one. And I'll read the cards out in those videos. Silver Versus says, I never had anyone close to me go through chemo. If I'm quite think it's hard subject to talk about, I'm learning from your channel. And that's what I wanted to do is bring awareness out there. And being I've never been a public speaker or really good in speaking, just I get nervous, too nervous. You know, I don't have an iPad. I do have an Android pad, though.
You've got
The
your laptop.
Oh, I do have the laptop. I can't set that up there. My worry about the streaming part there is that their connection isn't very good. So I think if I video it and then put it together, I'll throw it out into a video. Oh, Mom watch movies. So I get there early, and there's actually a little TV that's hooked to my chair, or one of the chairs I pick now. And then, of course, on the last one, if I'm reading cards out and doing the video, it'll probably go pretty fast. I was there and I met a lady that, really nice lady. As a matter of fact, we talked for about an hour and a half. She was sitting next to me about 6 feet away, 8 feet away. But we talked the whole time, most of the whole time, through the actual infusions. She had been doing chemo for 2 years, and the first time she did it wasn't at the location that we're doing it now, but she on her third time she had a bad reaction, and it I guess her body wasn't metabolizing the chemo, so it was just building up, and it put her in a coma. And that was in January of 2020. And she was in the coma until end of March 2020. And how she talked about that, and then waking up and in the middle of this pandemic with, the shelves empty and no toilet paper and everything going on, it's, and she's just got this amazing story that when we're feeling better, we're gonna meet for lunch and kind of talk about our cancer and so forth. Really nice lady. She was the first person I actually met there that, most people just kind of keep to themselves, and you're really so far apart you don't really talk. Yeah, it took the third time for her body to react, because so when you're given the chemo, your body does get rid of it, but it's a process, and her body wasn't getting rid of it. It wasn't metabolizing correctly, I guess. I'll learn more about it, but that's not something I had ever heard of. And of course, that was my third time going when she said that. So I was a little nervous there. But my body's been processing it. Even though I've been prone to infection, a little bit more issues than some people have, I still pull out of it. Yeah, it's awful. But I can't imagine, going into a coma, waking up in the middle of a pandemic that you never saw coming, Who came in? Larry Powell, thank you for coming in. Numismaniac. I hope I said that right. I have trouble with that word. Thank you for coming in. Guillermo, I'm glad they won. Your granddaughter's adorable. Oh, I did not. Let me go and look. Ida had a comment about, let me go up. I have to get my glasses fixed because I can't really see. Let's see.
Did you say hello to Numismaniac?
Yeah, I was struggling with the name. Whoever, oh, wait. I am sorry, Ida. Let me go back up in here. I see. Whoever wins the quilt will have to be patient because I had to send my big quilter in for repairs from Texas to California. Oh, goodness. They'll be patient. I'm sorry, I don't know how I skipped over that. Again, I have glasses on that are tri-level, so they should be good. You know, up here is distance, in the middle is computer, and then I have the reading. But it's just all blurry to me right now. And they said it's probably just a waste to go and get my eyes checked and recalibrated because it could change after the chemo. So I'm just blurry for a while.
There's Victoria.
Hey, Victoria, how are you? Thank you for coming in.
Silver Springs.
Yeah, I got to catch up. Gleason News, Silver Springs. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. Huckleberry Silver, how are you? Your surgery went well Thursday? Oh, thank God. I'm back home now. Wonderful. How are you feeling today? Are you resting? Drinking a lot of water? Victoria, and I'm glad to see you around again. How are you doing? Will Land, nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. Sore, yeah. Yeah, surgeries are no fun. We were, Victoria, we were talking about I don't know how long you've been in here, but the third chemo session that I went through, and everybody, you know, if anybody in here wants to share anything about, you know, what they've gone through, please feel free. Wolf, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, it's been amazing, all the love and support and encouragement I've received in this community. Yes, we are sending you something, Ida. That was at you, I think. Did you see that? Oh, yeah, he's answering you now. The Numas Maniac says, I was given the most beautiful quilt a couple years ago. It's one of my prized possessions. Curling up in my big chair with my quilt is one of my small pleasures in life. Yes. Huckleberry Silver said they took out most of my prostate. Do they feel they got everything they needed to, and your prognosis is great, I hope? Scratch and Go says, do they make quilts? I don't know who you're talking to. All looks good? That's fantastic. Huckleberry, that is amazing. I just said, I have a feeling you'll get the custom quilt. And the best of the best lap throw is finished, so no worries on that one. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. The whole auction, I'm just in awe over it. In awe over everything, actually. Papa Frank says, question, if there were no emojis, what would Siren Silverstash say? Aw, look at, she has a sad face now. I was asking if they make quilts for us big guns. Of course.
Biggins.
Biggins. Siren says, I'd say I care for everybody from the bottom of my heart. Lady Kid Nichols says, her words form perfect sentences when you ignore the emojis. I love all the emojis she throws out there. I don't know how she does it so fast. So my next treatment is November 4th. I plan on doing quite a few videos by then. At least 4. So is there anything specific those of you that are here would like to know more about? One of the videos, and I finally got the paperwork on it, is the genetic testing. I kind of want to do something on that. I want to do something on encouraging people to go get a mammogram. I noticed when I asked that question, I didn't see anybody saying, oh yeah, I did mine. Go get your mammograms done. I have to say, if they didn't catch this one, okay, so the whole thing was, in 2020 I was supposed to go and get a mammogram, and had I had done that, it wouldn't have showed anything, because it wouldn't have been there yet. But they canceled it because of the pandemic. And if they hadn't, I probably wouldn't have gone until, if I did it last year, it would have been okay, and I probably would have waited a couple years, to be honest, to go back. 2 for sure, maybe 3. By not going last year and going this year and doing the 3D, they caught it early. What she had told me is where it was located, because it was up against the chest wall. I wouldn't have known it was there by any form of checking until it was late stage 3. And had I not gone for, if it started this year, which they caught it in May, and if I had not gone till next year or the year after, it would have been a bad deal. So you guys go get your mammograms. So I am blessed for sure. Aya says, did you have to have an MRI when you lay on your stomach? She did not want to do an MRI. And I forget why she didn't. I have it written down. But no, I did not have the MRI done. I think she said she wanted to do it after, or do something after, and just, attack everything. I mean, they moved pretty quick. I found out the end of March, and I think the lumpectomy was done the beginning of July. Everything was moving really, really quick. And that's with an insurance that, does everything they can possibly do to delay. JP Lawns and More, thank you for coming in. Sheepdog 13, thank you for coming in. Silver Springs, thank you for coming in. How are the flips doing today? Better. He's always good. Rebecca, how are you? Thank you for coming in. That's good. It was awful. A 15-minute MRI took 2.5 hours. Their machine kept breaking. Oh, that's brutal. Mammograms are rough. Maybe my nurse was just rough. I go in and I tell them, you're not going. I don't know if I can say this, but I think when you're more dense, they tend to want to squish. I tell them no, don't do that because they'll, they'll have to hear me. So I tell them they have to be real careful. But I've been pretty lucky. I only had that happen one time where they were too rough, and I never went back there, and I did complain. And as a matter of fact, I think they busted a blood vessel. This was, I don't know if you remember that. This was
damaged goods.
This was years ago. I had a big old bruise. But no, I mentioned that every time after. But where I go, they are really gentle. But it's important to do it. Yeah, and I have not had any issues with nutrition or weight loss on this. They're not wanting me to lose weight from the chemo part. They want me to after lose weight, obviously. Okay, did I miss a question? Scratch and Go says some of us have moves. Yes, and men, yes, men can get breast cancer. Scratch and Go. It's not uncommon. Men should be doing self-checks also. I don't know why they don't have a mammogram. Or maybe they do. I'll check into that for you guys. Yeah, it's no joke. Rebecca says, scratch and go crazy. Yes, men still have a small amount of breast tissue. I had a grandfather pass away from breast cancer. I'm sorry about that, Rebecca. And yeah, it's a real thing. Papa Franquita, thank you so much again. And look for that video today on that thank you, the shout out for what you sent me. I said, I know my mom had a real hard time with eating. I obviously never had an eating problem. Well, 4 times a week, I don't know that I'd be able to eat. Yeah. I don't have trouble eating. It's the rest of the digestive process. Sorry, excuse me.
Look in that little white piece of paper there, that folded up one. What's in there? Oh, then look over there.
Am I doing something
right
for your
there.
channel?
In that little envelope.
That's mine.
Show it.
No, I'll do that with this.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. All right. So anybody have any questions or want to share anything? I told myself I'd only do an hour because I didn't want to overdo it today. And I do still have a couple videos to get out. I really appreciate all of you guys being here and everything you're doing. And Silver Keys I don't think she's still in here, but let me see if I can get those links and repost those. Do you have the links handy? I got to learn how to do those things and stream at the same time. Yeah, again, this is third stream, fourth. Lady Kid says, do you regret the chemo ever? No. When I'm really, really not feeling good, I kind of question it, but no, I don't regret it because, I don't want it to come back worse and then have to go through. I mean, right now, going through 4 treatments every 3 weeks, it's rough, but I'm not doing it once a week for, 6 months. I'm not doing it. It's not as much as it could be, and I don't want to do it again. Anytime soon. 10 years down the road, if something came back, would I do it again? Yes. If it's going to save my life and extend my life, then absolutely. Lady Kid Nickel says, use your phone to watch the chat if you need. That's what I do. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, there he goes. Look, he's throwing those out there. There is the fundraiser shout out video contest. This ends this Friday.
Yes.
You guys can check that link, see if it works. Ida, thank you. She says, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Flipside, please do it now. She is almost at 1,000. I'm working hard. You know, it went over 1,000 just for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then it came back down. Lady Kid Nickel says, I think you made the right choice. I'm proud of you. You know, I have a 7-year plan to retire, and I want to make sure I'm around to do that. One of the, you know, things, and even after this cancer journey is over, I think my next journey is going to be like a weight loss thing. You know, I'm still always going to be in the coins, but I think after this next year sometime, the channel's going to change again a little bit, and it's going to be more of a weight loss and get healthy, because my mom passed away when she was 62. Well, I'm 55, and you know, that's always in the back of my mind, but she never really went to the doctors or liked doctors, so she didn't really take good care of herself. And I was only 23, so I was very young when that happened, and I don't want, you know, that to happen to me. So I am definitely going to, when this is over, even get healthier, definitely than I was beforehand. So this journey, once I beat this cancer and it's gone, and the next step is weight loss and getting healthy. So I hope you all stick with me through that. Oh, and Siren says, plus Flipside and I are running away to Vegas. Yes. Yeah, I have plans next year, let me tell you. We missed out on a couple trips this year. We missed out on a trip, 2 trips last year, right? We are behind in trips, so.
We got a Colorado trip in, but
yeah,
it was nothing like we needed to do.
Right. We went around Colorado and saw stuff we didn't get to see, but I know springtime, I'm going to do 2 different things. One is Vegas. One, I think we're going to take a run out to the East Coast. And then in the middle of summer, when it's nice and warm, we're going to head north. Skipper's Aquarium, thank you for coming in. Nancy T, thank you for coming in. So I am going to say goodbye to everybody, and I will let you know that there is going to be some work on my channel today. So if you do see me pop up this evening, it's because we're going to be playing with the new bot and checking that out, and look for some videos. Real Ruler, how are you? Good morning or good afternoon to you. Yes, Scratch and Go. Big Flip is being an amazing hubby during this. There he is. Yeah, he is. He has been my rock. You know, I don't know. I just got done with lunch, just in time for the end. That's okay, Real Roller. You can come back this evening when I test out the bot. Yes, I know. I don't want to overdo it, Silver Springs. I just, I get out of breath easy, and I can tell I'm getting tired. Ida, thank you so much for everything you're doing, and thank you for coming in. And everybody, thank you. I can't thank you enough. I know everybody has had some part in prayers or encouragement, support, the auction, donations. You guys are all amazing. It's just, it warms my heart. It makes me just tear up and enjoy, not in a bad way. So I love you guys. I don't know how I would have done all this without each and every one of your support. So I will, on that note, talk to you all later. Love you all.